Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we have some XRP news today, Bitcoin news. We have some banking news. Yeah, more bank news. My goodness, every single day now. We have some Chainlink news and we have some great Solana news. Okay, so we're going to begin here with a little XRP news. This article is titled CEO of Ripple particularly excited about native automated market makers. Now, I just want to point out, has it seemed like Brad Garlinghouse is way more happy than usual right now? What's going on? Like, don't get me wrong. I know the ending of the case is coming. It just seems like he's extra happy and excited. Like there's something he knows that maybe we're not privy to as of yet. Maybe I'm reaching on this. Let me know. I'm just saying every single interview he's been doing lately, he's been very happy, talking about how he's excited and, you know, he's very gleeful. What do you know, sir, that we don't? Well, I don't know about that, but what I do know is getting a little bit exciting. It begins as such. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse recently commented on the company's most recent quarterly report, highlighting the automated market makers feature that was activated in Q1. Garlinghouse has stressed that this is, quote, one of the largest updates, unquote, on the XRPL. It says, as reported by U.Today, the AMM feature, which makes it possible to replace traditional order books with liquidity pools, went live in late March to much fanfare. Ripple's David Schwartz claimed that the rollout of the feature had marked a, quote, significant moment, unquote, for the XRPL. With that being said, the AMM launch was plagued. They go into some of the little hiccups here and there. Nothing major. It says, I don't even know why I bring that up, but I guess they're trying to stay balanced, I suppose. But the AMM functionality was then integrated into the mainnet of XRP Ledger in early April. It says other key highlights. Apart from the AMM feature, Ripple also highlighted other key developments in its most recent quarterly report. These key developments include Ripple's ongoing legal fight with the SEC over the size of fines and penalties, the approval of Bitcoin ETFs, as well as global regulatory developments. All right, so now let's move on to this article here. A little light article to start things off with. But I just thought mostly that was interesting that Brad Garlinghouse, as of late, has been excited about everything, right? Keep in mind, juxtapose that to what he said he felt in the beginning when the lawsuit first kicked in, and he pretty much was saying he was going through depression at that time, you know? So this should indicate that the future is looking good on their end. They've been doing good business, maybe bringing in some partnerships. We've obviously seen them doing a lot of good building on the XRPL. And it's been the same on the other Bankcoin blockchains. Stellar's been doing a great job. Algorand's been doing a great job. Solana, Chainlink, Quant, major activities all across the Bankcoin family. Hedera, you saw the article we covered the other day. Hedera doing major things. So now we have this article here is titled XRPL on-chain transactions jump 108% in Q1 2024. The XRP Ledger recorded 251.39 million on-chain transactions during the first quarter of 2024, an increase of approximately 108% over the fourth quarter of 2023. Let's scroll down here past their nice little picture. So the number of transactions on the XRP Ledger more than doubled from the fourth quarter of 2023 to the end of the first quarter of 2024. And the average transactions cost almost halved. According to Ripple's Q1 2024 XRP markets report, the XRPL on-chain transaction activity increased by 108% during Q1 of 2024 with approximately 251.39 million. Oh, let me rephrase that. 251.39 million recorded, however you want to put that, compared to 121 million in Q4. I said the first numbers I said completely wrong. I mutilated that. I don't know why. By the way, shout out to Asti, shout out to AMPOV podcast, shout out to Matthew, Marky Mark, Lynn, Glitter Skies. I'm trying to remember everybody. Corey, legendary Corey, Man, shout out to everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so now continuing. Additionally, the average cost per transaction fell 45% to approximately 0.000856. That's almost nothing. Quote, as such, there's another reason why they can't beat us. Listen, we're in such a good position right now, in my humble opinion, versus the legacy system outright. We're in such a good position. It's unbelievable. We have so many advantages. Keep in mind, we read some article about a month or maybe a month and a half ago, and they were telling the truth. The legacy system was talking about, there was some actor in the legacy system, and they were talking about utilization of blockchain technologies. And then they were admitting, like not even admitting, they were just outright talking about, hey, putting fees on top of the base layer fees. And I was like, well, that's pretty honest. That's exactly what I perceive that they're going to do, which is why one prime reason they could never compete with us outright. We get those wallets everywhere. This is what I've been talking about when I say that you need good advertising. If you're a business, for anyone who's run a small business, advertising is key. You got to get your message out there. So if the bank coin companies have great advertising and they push those non-custodial wallets everywhere, and then the people are able to use these non-custodial wallets, or maybe even if they use centralized wallets, then they have like a bank account like type of thing, like what Coinbase offers, right? But still, they'll benefit from the extremely low cost that we have natively on chain. Who do you think they're going to choose? They're going to choose to use a non-custodial Ripple based wallet, XRPL based wallet, where they're only paying 0.000856 of a cent for a transaction, big or small? Or you think they're going to choose banks that are going to heap dollars on top of that? They're going to choose us every single time. So now you couple that, right? We're just using just basic logic. You couple this with good advertising, then the possibility to earn this very, very good yield with maybe staking, delegation, who knows? But let's take just a pretty good annual percentage yield. Let's say like Solana as an example. You're earning 7% on that, plus you're barely paying anything to send money. There's no way they can compete with us if this all plays out the right way. But when the time comes, once again, you have to have that good advertising. We will dominate them. They can't compete with us. The banks in all of these articles they've been stealing tons of people's money. Trust in the banks is at an all-time low, and for good reason. They can't compete with us. Just my humble opinion. It's not financial advice. It's just my humble opinion. It says, quote, as such, the decrease in average cost per transaction indicated a reset and that no network congestion occurred in the quarter, unquote. The report states. Another thing, they'll use us. The banks want those cheap transaction fees. Also, keep in mind on the XRP Ledger, and I love this. I can't wait for this to kick in. Remember that mechanism they have called payment channels, or whatever you want to call that. I call it a mechanism, but it's called payment channels. The banks can use that to send send big or small transactions for even lower fees. And they have the control to either send it all at once or break it into pieces. Even when they break it into pieces, it's still counted as one transaction. I mean, it's a beautiful thing almost nobody talks about. The people will want to use us. The banks will want to use us. The future looks extremely bright. You put all that money together, all that value together, including the value from the tokenization of real world assets. We're talking trillions and trillions of dollars. There's no way around it. It's just a matter of when all of this can happen. And if it happens, man, it'll be insane. But we have to wait and see. All right, so now let's move on here. I took long enough on that one. That was, can you tell that was a good article? Got me fired up a little bit. Got me a little bit excited. Listen, after you do this for a while, folks, you got to have some fun with these articles. I'm telling you. So you can keep going. You want to keep on coming back to do it, This article here, yes, this is what I want to hear. Hey, they better tell me something good. This article is a Bitcoin article, and it's titled, Here's When Bitcoin Will Hit $100,000. And if you remember, that's my number. I said on the low end, 80 to 85,000. On the high end, I believe 100,000 is possible. Can it go beyond there? Yes. Do I want it to go beyond there as a Bitcoin holder? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm just saying. But this article begins as such. I'm hoping they tell me, like, they say, hey, it'll go to $100,000 this year, 2024, and not do like some articles say, like 2 years, 3 years from now. No, don't do that to me. It's from finbull.com. It begins as such. Bitcoin has seen a notable uptrend this week, propelling the asset's value to $67,000 as it aims for a new all-time high following a challenging start to May. One prevailing market sentiment suggests that Bitcoin's next record high target is $100,000. Yeah, I told you. This is what I've been saying. We'll see if it goes there. With speculation mounting that the milestone might be attained during the projected post-halving rally. In line with this sentiment, trading expert Trading Shot shared insights in a Trading View post on May 18th, drawing from Bitcoin's technical indicators to outline the potential factors that could drive the asset to $100,000 and a possible timeline. Trading Shot's analysis centered around the inverse head and shoulders pattern, a bullish reversal formation observed in technical analysis. Since May 6th, the expert noted that expectations have been high for Bitcoin to break out above the lower highs. It says a key indicator for the IHNS pattern. True to expectations, Bitcoin duly delivered on this front. Now, that's what I like to hear, folks. Highlighting, it says timeline for Bitcoin $100,000. Why do you guys do that, article writers? You drag it to halfway down the article to then tell me. I guess that's a good way to make sure people are reading the entire article. But do articles work like videos? Like, do the people have to read the entire article for, I don't know how do article writers make revenue, but I don't know. I don't think there's a timer on this page where you get paid, for how much time you keep traffic on a website. I'm not sure. Maybe they do. Maybe I don't know. I'm not part of that field. I don't proclaim to know. Anyway, it says highlighting historical precedents, Trading Shot noted that the previous two instances of IHNS bottom formations resulted in significant price rises of around 95%. Moreover, the one-day moving average convergence divergence, MACD, indicator reinforces the bullish outlook based on the analysis. Trading Shot predicted that Bitcoin will likely hit $100,000 psychological target sometime after July. Oh, that is so close. If they are right, this is about to be a beautiful summer. Oh, yeah, you got to say it like that. Beautiful summer. Oh, yeah. Money, 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 money. And when Bitcoin pops up, the beautiful thing about this is when Bitcoin explodes, everything else will go up. Ay, Dios mío. Yeah. Muy linda. I haven't done a muy linda in a long time, but it's getting back to that energy, folks. Everything's been going great. As far as what I can see, this is what I've been seeing. I don't speak for anyone else. But as far as what I can see, things have been looking real good. It says, quote, the 1D MACD on the same bullish cross that was present on both of those bottoms we are expecting the $100,000 psychological target to be reached after July, which will even be a rise below plus 90%, unquote, the analyst noted. All right, folks, so that sounded good in my opinion. We'll see if it plays out or not. There's no guarantees in anything. None of us has a crystal ball, although we definitely would like one. We also, listen, if we could take a crystal ball to look into the future, the past, the present. We take the DeLorean and go back into. How many people were actually upset with Biff? See, now I'm gonna go a little old school. This is all for all my OGs out there. You remember that little movie called Back to the Future, which they better not remake because no one can play Marty McFly or Doc right now. Don't do it, Hollywood. Don't do it. But anyway, you remember in a little movie called Back to the Future? Oh, I was so upset when Biff took the machine when I was younger. When Biff, the bad guy, the villain, took the DeLorean. For you folks that didn't watch, go watch that movie. And he went back into the past with the gambling magazine. And he gambled on everything. And it had all the answers, the correct answers from the future magazine about what happened in the past. And he went back and he made millions or billions. Yeah, he made himself rich. What a cheater. How many people out there was actually upset? They were like, how many people were like, if I had a DeLorean and and I could go to the future, I might acquire a magazine sometime. I don't know, Alphanema magazine might fall into my lap and I might just fall into the DeLorean and the DeLorean might fall in, I don't know, 1965. Some of y'all would be lending the DeLorean out. Your whole family be millionaires going into the past. Everybody betting and gambling. So if two of y'all show up at the same time, both of you hit the lottery at the same time. Police scratching their head. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. People not even supposed to hit the lottery like that. 2, 3 of them hit at the same time. This is suspicious. People paying off the law enforcement, letting the law enforcement borrow the DeLorean. Wait, what were we discussing again? Oh yeah, crypto. All right, anyway, let me get back to work. Gotta stay professional, man. Don't want to joke too much because some people don't like that. You can't have too good of a time. I'm telling you, they get on your case. Now, this article is titled BlackRock Bitcoin ETF attracts 414 institutional holders. The craziest part, we're still at the beginning. All the big dogs didn't even get in the game yet. These large institutions drooling over Bitcoin. We haven't gotten an update since it's been about 2 months. There was an article came out, and I can't remember it. There was a company talking about how they and other companies didn't remember that they didn't get in when Bitcoin skyrocketed the last few times, and now they were positioning themselves to get in. We've never heard an update from that. Did they get in yet or not? See, but there's so many companies that it means that no matter whether they got in or not, we're still at the beginning, which means the money, theoretically speaking, that means the money in the future is going to be even bigger, theoretically. But anyway, let's scroll down here and see what the article is talking about. It says BlackRock's spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund, the iShares Bitcoin Trust, has amassed 414 institutional holders in less than 3 months. According to filings with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, a senior Bloomberg analyst described this achievement as, quote, mind-boggling and, quote, highly rare, unquote, for new ETFs. Well, you're talking about possibly one of, because there's other cryptos that are bigger money makers than Bitcoin. Let's just keep it real. But we're talking about one of the biggest money makers of all time, to where literally they rigged the system for like 2 to 3 years, where all of these so-called millionaires were coming out, billionaires as well, were coming out and saying, we hate Bitcoin, only to admit on camera later on, yeah, while I was saying that I hate Bitcoin, I actually was acquiring Bitcoin. They literally admitted it. What's the guy? One of the people that stands out that said that was, what is the guy's name? And I'm paraphrasing what he said when I just said that, but he's on TV and I think he was on that show Shark Tank. My apologies, folks. I do not watch TV. Like, I don't watch regular shows. Every once in a while, I may watch a movie or an old school TV show that like I have to rent it. I don't watch regular TV. The last like maybe 15 to 17 years, I really don't watch mainstream stuff at all. That's just not for me. So I can't remember, but I think he was on like Shark Tank. Kevin something. Anyway, he was just one of many that use that technique. But what it means is people know this is a moneymaker. So this is not mind-boggling to anyone who knows Bitcoin and knew what Bitcoin was going to do and knows what Bitcoin is going to do. That's just my humble opinion. It says here, according to, shout out to Keith. Big shout out to Keith, legendary Keith. Man. So now, according to 13F filings with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for the first quarter, 414 institutions have declared holdings in BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF, the iShares iBit Trust. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, iBit Trust. The SEC requires institutional investment managers overseeing $100 million in assets to file Form 13F to disclose their securities holdings. We're going to stop right there. They do a lot of repeating themselves, but they go on to talk about Bitwise ETFs, Fidelity, ARC 21 shares and such. we're going to move on from there. I don't like articles where they continuously are repeating the same thing over and over. I don't know why they do that. But now, let's move on here. Also, I want to say this. Google and Bing and all you search engine companies, what are you doing? What are you doing? For us researchers, we use a lot of different search engines. Sometimes Yahoo, sometimes Bing, sometimes Google. They all do different stuff very well. But what I don't like right now, if I want to use AI, Google, Bing, I will go use an AI app. I will go use Perplexity or Gemini or Copilot. When I'm doing research, I don't want AI at the top giving me a paragraph. You can't even, I don't want that. I don't even know if what they're giving you a jumbled mass of information, and maybe in the future that works well, but it makes things burdensome. Now I got to scroll down past this. I got to wait for this to generate. I got to scroll past that to get to my articles. And then I still have to sift through articles. Why force that AI on people if they don't want it? I don't understand that. Now, if you wanted to keep traffic on Google, which I'm assuming that's what you're trying to do, is show people, look, we're up to date and we're up to date and we're hip and we have AI on it, which a lot of us researchers that use Google don't want that anyway. But because it makes things difficult for us in a lot of ways. The AI is not at the point right now where it helps you with advanced research. Like if you're doing something basic, maybe, but not advanced research, no. But if you wanted to heighten traffic to Google, because I did read articles where it said that certain AIs are taken away from Google's search rates, like the number of people searching on Google, then you just run Gemini. Most Gemini searches run that through Google. I don't know if it's doing that or not, but if that was the case, then Google search would not be down because there's a lot of people that use Gemini. I'm just saying, just a thought, but I don't like that at all. I find it very annoying. Wait, did we even start reading this article yet? Oh, wait. Oh, this is the bank article. Here we go, folks. Here we go. This article here, it gets more insane with each day. The banks are getting exposed. The question is, who's allowing them to get exposed like this? We've been here for 3 years on this channel now. 3. Go back and look. We came in 2021. 2021 to 2022, 2022 to 2023, 2023 to 2024, 3 years. I don't know why some people say, I've been on a channel with you for like 8 years. I've been here for 3 years. 3 years on this channel. But anyway, I've never seen it in those 3 years where they're getting exposed as badly as now. I've never seen that before. This article is titled $384 million to be handed to 191,000 victims of banking giants, illegal practices. They're getting exposed, folks. And listen, a lot of my people in the comment section yesterday let me know, hey, we're being safe. We don't trust the banks like that. But I know you guys are so advanced and smart. And I know I'm the same way. I don't trust these banks at all, bro. Not at all. But people have to be careful out there. These banks are, according to the articles, they're crooks out here. A U.S. banking regulator, no FUD, we're just reading an article. A U.S. banking regulator says $384 million will soon be handed to victims of an online bank's illegal practices. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says 191,000 people will receive the windfall of cash, which will be given to former customers of Texas-based Think Finance. I've never heard of them before. Let's scroll down here. The agency filed a lawsuit against the lender in 2017, accusing the company of tricking customers into repaying loans they did not owe. Wait, what? How would you not? Wait, I'm so confused. How did that happen? They didn't owe on a loan, but somehow the banks got them to pay a loan that the customer didn't owe on. Wouldn't you know you don't owe any loans? It says the firm's loans in 17 states were considered illegal. So is this like predatory? I'm assuming this is like predatory lending. I'm assuming they don't use that verbiage here. It says considered illegal, void, and uncollectible. Now the CFPB says it's beginning to distribute $384 million from its victims relief fund to support people who got caught in the scam. This is from the director, Rohit Chopra. It says, quote, too often victims of financial crimes are left without recourse, even when the companies that harm them are stopped by law enforcement. My apologies. I was air caught in my chest. When I talk a lot, I get air caught in my chest. It says, the Victims Relief Fund allows CFPB to help customers even when bad actors have squandered their ill-gotten profits, unquote. The agency began making payments to people harmed by Think Finance's practices on May 14th. And that's a good start. At least they're making up for what happened. But I'll say this, it doesn't bring back the time lost and the pain that people have gone through. But at least they're trying to make it right. So that's good. But still, you know, the people need to know about these things. This is not widely publicized. The people should know that, hey, the banking system is not a safe place, to be careful with your money, to check your accounts. That's what people should be, not people. That's what the mainstream media should be saying. But instead they say the banking system is safe. It's completely safe. There's nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. Crypto bad. Everything has bad actors in it. Every town, every place, every business has some bad stuff in it. That's just the balance of the world. Everything has a positive polarity and its negative polarity. But I just don't like it when they pretend like the banking system doesn't have that, which once again is one of the reasons why they're going to need the new financial system. I'll keep saying it. Listen, people people, regulators, institutions want to know where this money is going, who it was given to, who did this, who sent out the scam, what computer did it come from? So you could track all of that on chain. And I think they will. Like, for example, I would actually be amazed if this happened. But let's say all of the different audits that, let's say like the government fails, the Pentagon fails audits all the time, and they lose trillions of dollars all the time. Somebody wants to know where that's going. Somebody wants to use that. I don't know if they would do it with them, who's going to go against the Pentagon, you know, but I'm just using it as an example. Those types of things they want to remedy, especially on a base level. So the new financial system is looking better and better every single day, but this is crazy. So now that you have the information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.